Hello, everyone. Yes, let's continue on. I'm on a roll. A little roll. I'm on a little roll with a condition that I started a long time, 2 years ago now, a year ago. And to just read little parts in the Bible, one little thing at a time, through all the books, beginning to end, for the reputation of God. Because I found so far, and I'm in the book of Ecclesiasticus, this is just all man written. Can't find much about God in here when it comes down to it. And that is that. So, well, no one has to believe me. I'm telling you, start reading yourself and see. But again, from beginning to end. Anyway, so let's get going here. Yes, I'm trying hard to hold on to a peaceful nature, and not let loose on some people who I can't believe what's happening over in Korea. I cannot believe what is happening there, and here is one reason for it. I'll tell you what. I'm going to do the reading first, and if I remember what has been going through my mind about that, yes, besides that I see this just unbelievable parallel when it comes to Jesus's life, then the persecution and his murder, and on what is going on with right now with true parents, with true mother, yes, and all these different other circumstances seem to just line up with exactly what happened 2,000 years ago, where a good man was murdered. For whose benefits exactly? Yes? Yeah. Well, mother's still alive, but you might as well murder her with what they're doing to an 82, 83-year-old woman who's just had a hospital stay, something to do with her heart. Yes? And is supposed to be a home, being taken care of, resting. No, she's at a detention center in deplorable conditions, as far as we were told. Mattress on the floor for an 80. I can't even imagine trying to get up from a mattress on the floor. And I'm 60. Okay, just saying. I said, what is the Korean government doing? What are they doing? And don't tell me they don't have any power over that special prosecutor. BS. I don't believe that for a moment. This is like, that's it. I'm trying to hold on to my peaceful nature. That does not mean that one cannot voice one's going, okay, what is actually going on? And why? Why exactly? Why do these people have so much power out there to do something like that? Huh? Yes. If I remember, I will tell you on what went through my mind besides. Yes, just, oh, yeah. Well, anyway. Book of Ecclesiasticus 37. Oh, I find it interesting through this whole time when I started up again on how the titles go right with it. False friends. Let's see. Any friend will say, I am your friend too, but some friends are friends only in name. It is not a deadly sorrow when a comrade or a friend turns enemy. You know, that's kind of I'll say again, during Jesus' time, all the disciples, right? While the people were flocking to him, this, that, the disciples felt all, oh yeah, we are with our master. Oh, we are with our teacher. Oh yeah, we are the chosen ones. Yes? Then when it came down to it, huh? When he started being accused for what exactly? The same thing that True Mother is being accused of, okay? Or our church. And so, unbelievable. And, well, there it is. But just saying. It's, of course, the situation is a little bit different per se, and during Jesus' time, everything was so closed, right? It was a pretty close circle. But even there, because they didn't have cars and airplanes and I don't know what, walking was it. A donkey, a horse was it. Who owned a horse when you didn't have a lot of money or this or that at that time? So was it easier at that time to get closer to Jesus during the time when he started to get accused and persecuted and betrayed by one of his own disciples? And okay, just saying. News didn't travel the way it does now. But what does one do? What can I do? Oh, I'm going to just pray. Yes, let's be pray. Let's absolutely stay peaceful. But I'm allowed to say what is the truth, don't I? I'm allowed to go out and say, hey, are you serious in what you're saying right now? Huh? Look at what your own group has been doing. Who is actually responsible for the mayhem out there and giving an open door for the government to just come in and have a good reason to do what they have been doing? Just saying. If the Korean government can do what they did to the place of our beloved true parents, Changpyeong, they can do it to anybody else in South Korea. Just saying. Anyway, there are so many things that are repeating themselves in a way, and so from that has happened back in history in South Korea right now, that is flabbergasting to me. And it's going to we're going to find out. Can the Christians truly stand together and say, no, we're done with this. No, we're not going to fight no one. But we're not going to we're not fighting anyone. But we're also going to let you know we're not blind to what you are doing. And how does a guy like this, that the guy that is the president of South Korea right now, how does a guy like that get elected? The same way that what? We had a president just recently elected who wasn't even all there, completely controlled by others. Is that what's happening in South Korea as well? I'm just saying. Okay. No, I'm not going to go out there and start hitting and punching people because I'm mad or this or that, or pick up a gun and say, well, I'm going to war with someone. I'm not going to do that. But I'm not going to stay quiet either. My beloved true mother, okay, the mother of peace, Holy Mother Han, is in detention right now under deplorable conditions at her age and in the fragile state that she's in after having been to the hospital just before that, okay, and being treated that way. She has done nothing wrong. Are there some people in the church responsible for, I don't know. Somebody brought up, bribes are involved. Bribes for what exactly? Okay? What? You're not allowed to give a gift, so nobody's allowed to give gifts anymore. Hey, Christmas is out, okay? South Korea, you guys better watch out. Nobody gets no more gifts. They're gonna come after you. I'm just saying. They're saying it was politically involved. And I do not believe that, and not for a minute. As I said, 3 years of investigation haven't really come up with anything concrete or any kind of absolute evidence. Nothing. 3 years of investigating this. Right? And then under the guise of whatever, they're also attacking other pastors there from other denominations. Just saying, what's going on in South Korea? Oh, now I've already talked too long. Still haven't mentioned what. Yes, okay, all right. Just saying, I'm a bit fired up. Damien Dunkley, you're doing the right thing by the way you speak up, because, boy, I tell you what, kind of feels like then I can do it too. Yes? Yeah. Don't need your permission, but still. Kindred spirits stick together, and they speak from the heart, from their heart to mind, and they're not afraid to say what needs to be said. All right. Ah. It is not a deadly sorrow when a comrade or a friend turns enemy. Oh, is it not a deadly sorrow when a comrade or a friend turns enemy? It is really disappointing. O evil inclination, why were you created to cover the earth with deceit? One kind of comrade congratulates a friend in prosperity, but in time of trouble appears on the other side. One kind of comrade genuinely feels for a friend, and when it comes to a fight springs to arms. Do not forget the genuine friend. Do not push him out of mind once you are rich. Here is the thing. I saw something just recently as well, and of course, I always thought of it that way, and I've mentioned it before in my videos. People want, well, I want you to be a good friend. Well, then you be a good friend first, right? One wants to be loved. Well, you need to love first, right? Yeah, I mean, it's whatever people are expecting of others out there, they should already be giving their self. Yes? For myself, I've always been a good friend. I have been a good wife. I have been a good daughter, a good friend, a good sibling, a good wife, a good mother, a good grandmother. I've always given it my all. That's what I'm proud of. I'm not going to go and look at other people and how they are towards me. Not going to do that. I don't want to do that. Yes, one wants to do that. I don't want to do that. I look at, have I done what I need to do? Yes, I have. To the best of my knowledge at any given time, and I know that I bettered myself over time when it came to all of that. Yes? Okay. So, yeah, sure. Has Ecclesiasticus been a good friend? I guess. Is this good advice? Yeah, if you want to just point the finger again to the outside world, rather than look inward and say, did I do as good as I want to be dealt as well? All right. Advisors. Oh, here we go. Any advisor will offer advice. Ooh, I better get going. But some are governed by self interest. Oh, well, does that just not go well along with what I just said? We could apply all of this right now to many different governments around the world. Beware of someone who offers advice. First, find out what he wants himself, since his advice coincides with his own interest, in case he has designs on you and tells you you are on the right road. But stand well clear to see what will happen to you. Do not consult anyone who looks at you askance. Conceal your plans from people jealous of you. Which brings me to something. They in war there's a front line. Sound familiar to what I just read here? Yeah, and who's on the front line? The generals? Who's usually on the front line? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the ones that collateral damage. Let's see on how it goes. We'll see how well the enemy is equipped, this and that. Right? Yes? Yeah. Very sad. Very sad. Conceal your plans from people jealous of you. Do not consult a woman about her rival or a coward about war. What? Why does that even exist? If people were to do the right thing, none of this would even exist. I this is like, now this is all this is like being paranoid, right? About all and everyone around you. Just saying, this is just so weird. A merchant about prices, or a buyer about selling. Anyone mean about gratitude, or anyone selfish about kindness. A lazy fellow about any sort of work, or a casual worker about finishing a job. An idle servant about a major undertaking. Do not rely on these for any advice, but have constant recourse to some devout person, whom you know to be a keeper of the commandments, whose soul matches your own, and who, if you go wrong, will be sympathetic. Finally, stick to the advice your own heart gives you. No one can be truer to you than that. Since a person's soul often gives a clearer warning than 7 watchmen perched on a watchtower. And besides all this, beg the Most High to guide your steps into the truth. Can't say anything about the last part. As I said, again, why not just give this last part? Give that. Why? Why? Okay, well, I have to give you a warning first against all the other people out there. I'm not sure if I'm being understood on what I'm trying to say. Yes? But that what should be in the Bible here is what is the right thing to do, not what other people are doing wrong. Just give what the right thing is to do. Do what the right thing is without having to be told what the wrong thing is. Yes? I'm just saying. True and false wisdom. It's a long one. Reason should be the basis for every activity. Reflection must come before any undertaking. Thoughts are rooted in the heart, and this sends out 4 branches: good and evil, life and death. What? Oh, that's a... Ooh. I don't know. I know it sounds good, but there's something really, really wrong about this, says my heart. And mistress of them always is the tongue. One kind of person is clever at teaching others, yet is no good whatever to himself. Another, very eloquent, is detested and ends by starving to death, not having won the favor of the Lord, and being destitute of all wisdom. Another considers himself wise and proclaims his intellectual conclusions as certainties. But the truly wise instructs his people, and his intellectual conclusions are certainties. The wise is showered with blessings, and all who see him will call him happy. Human life lasts a number of days, but the days of Israel are beyond counting. The wise will earn confidence among the people. His name will live forever. I don't know what to say to that one. Moderation. During your life, my child, see what suits your constitution. Do not give it what you find disagrees with it. For not everything is good for everybody. Oh, here it comes. Nor does everybody like everything. Do not be insatiable for any delicacy. Do not be greedy for food, for overeating leads to illness, and excess leads to liver attacks. When was this written down? How would you know that? Many people have died from overeating. Control yourself and so prolong your life. Okay. Well, that last part was a bit interesting. Was interesting on how... where did you get that? When was this all written exactly? How would they know about liver problems, per se? Well, they had medicine and this and that too, and they're... okay. Anyway, that was the end of 37. And I still remember what I wanted to say. Yeah, should you, everything in moderation? No, can't disagree with that. I find it interesting on how it's a true and false wisdom, which I couldn't do much with, is this long, and then moderation is this long. Yes, yeah? It talks about that this long, yeah. Which shouldn't that be kind of addressed more? I think, yeah, especially when it comes to the 10 Commandments, kind of gives you gives a lot to talk about when it comes to things in moderation. Yes, in an appropriate balance. Yes, yeah. Interesting what he found interesting or important to talk about and give to the people, and what I think is important. Yes, well, there you go. So, I went to Washington, D.C. I've told this story in another video before, but since I have so many videos now, and they're over a span of so many years, Yeah, which one would it be? And will people come across it? So I'll just retell the stories. I went to Washington, D.C. It was a very interesting story. The whole story is really amazing on how that all happened. I had to go and get my passport renewed, and since I am from Switzerland, I had to go to a Swiss consulate and had to go from Kentucky all the way to Washington, D.C. to do that. Can you believe it? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. How complicated can you get? Well, anyway, so that's a long drive. Yeah, yeah. They're just assuming everybody has money. Yeah, everybody has money to do whatever. And well, if I have money to get a passport, from Switzerland, then go and visit Switzerland, I should have money to go drive up there and the time, this and that. Well, okay, if I time it, a trip to Switzerland, most likely it's around my vacation time. Yes, that I have off from work, this and that. Now I have to use it to go to Washington, D.C. Okay, I'm just saying. We went, had a friend who came with me and did lots of the driving. And that was quite a few years ago. And we ended up walking around a day and went to see the Lincoln Memorial and the Korean War uh, memorial, which is a big wall. It has a little, there's an area where there's some few soldiers, fighting, and I don't just whatever. And then there is the wall with all the fallen soldiers' names on it. I think that just something come to mind. All the fallen soldiers' names. Yes, yeah. So did they mean more at that time because they died than the ones that survived? I think that every name of every soldier that goes to any war should be on a wall. Done. Yes? Because we need to pray for them a lot. Okay. But anyway, we went there, and I went up to the wall, this Korean, where South Korea was liberated from communism. Yeah, I think they've forgotten about that. And I put my hand on the wall, and I immediately all these names started to scream. I could hear all these screams from these names on that wall. It was horrific. It was absolutely horrific. I took my hands off, and I took my hand off, and the noise, the screaming subsided, and I got sick. I got really sick. I got really nauseous, and my friend was there and said, "Hey, I gotta go. I gotta sit down." And I sat down on a bench there, and I was just I got so sick. I got ah the experience was just the anguish, the pain, the was overwhelming. It was just overwhelming. The uh, what was coming from spirit world, overwhelming. Eventually, I felt better, and it never left. The nausea, as long as I was right there in such close proximity of the wall, didn't go away. I got a little better, so I could actually get up, not faint, and I said, "I need to leave. I got to leave here." I know when I got what I needed, or I got what they wanted to give me. I need to leave here because I and we left, and we walked about a half a mile, and I started to feel perfectly fine again. I wonder if the South Korean government and the people who are so willing now to persecute people of faith, of religion, Christianity, which our movement is very much true mother, true parents, the only begotten daughter, Holy Mother Han. It's all based on Christianity. Most of it is based on Christianity. There are some other little little quirks in it, like Children's Day and Parents' Day and all that, which is kind of Korean culture, which I thought was really endearing. Now, I'm starting to look at Korea a little bit differently, where I have to say, yes, I know where true parents came from. I know who God entrusted, which country God entrusted the restoration to when it came to mother and father. But I'm going to be a little bit more critical when it comes to all that as well. Constructive criticism. I hope that the Korean people's traditions and culture and all that goes a little deeper than just the surface. And that the people there remember that people from many different countries came to their rescue, came to their help when it came to keep South Korea free. I'm just saying. I hope they will remember that. To not remember that is a slap in everybody's face around the world. Yeah, interesting. False friends. What did we just read? What did I read through the whole thing in 37 in the book of Ecclesiasticus? I said it, not going to go and persecute the whole people in Korea. That's dumb, stupid, and silly. I'll judge them. But I hope that they will speak up. They're still free now. They can speak up and tell their government, no, you're not doing this. Not in this country where people, Christians, many Christians have given their lives so we can be free. There. Okay, now I gotta go. Yes, I better go. Okay, had my say. Yes. Praying. We'll be praying for everyone out there. I'll say it now. Dearest brother Eldritch in faith. I love you. Let's keep praying. Yes. As I was, just real quick, as I was told up by our spring, when sadness overcame me about the Native American people's plight here once we started to show up, where I said, make our deaths count. We know why we passed away. We know why we had to give our lives and sacrifice our lives to make room for another people. We know why. Make it count. I'll say that to the South Korean people now. All the Korean people. The lives that were taken during that war, they keep you free. Make them count. They came from other places in the world to fight for you, to give their lives for you. And most of them were Christians. Yes, please remember that. All right. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. Yes, and I will talk to y'all another time.